Good morning everyone, MMDA back on the road. Right now they're in Caloocan City, and one of the items they were meant to clear from the sidewalk today is this, but as you can see someone's already demolished it. But I'm sure there's lots more work for the team to do, so let's go. And you'll see a lot of this, people driving around with kids on the motorcycle, no helmets, excess passengers, things like that. Look at this bike here, 5 people. Absolutely incredible. They might say, oh, we're not going far, but an accident could happen anywhere. Even if you're the most careful driver in the world, a car could hit you because they're not watching where they're going, or they're distracted, or they're drunk. And if you're so nearby, why not just walk? And the team just stopped this gentleman here, riding without helmet and slippers. Tried to flag down that motorcycle, but he refused to stop. Wow, look at this guy's bike. That's really cool. Anyway, right now the team are just waiting here for any person that comes past with violation. It could be tricycle, car, motorcycle. Most of the motorcycle riders without helmets are actually on this road here, and there's a lot of them because people are taking their children to school and they're using no helmets. They have excess passengers driving in slippers. And they just stopped this motorcycle here, back rider no helmet and driver wearing slippers. That guy saw the enforcers here and said, nope, I'm not going down there, and continued driving that way. There's a lot of motorcycle riders on this road without helmets, and even the traffic enforcers, the local traffic enforcers, I've seen them drive past without helmets. So of course, if they're not wearing helmets, no one else will wear helmets either. In fact, one of those local traffic enforcers just got caught, back riders without helmets. And they just stopped this gentleman here riding without helmet. There was another motorcycle over there, but again he saw the team, turned around the other way. And over here they're issuing one more ticket, lady on the back of the bike, no helmet. And one more ticket being issued over here, again motorcycle driver, no helmet, wearing slippers. So that's a total of 2,000 peso. And after a pretty long trip, the team just arrived in another area now to act on a complaint about illegally parked trucks. It's kind of far. I'm surprised that the city couldn't deal with this themselves, but either way, the MMDA are here now and they'll be issuing tickets. So there's one more truck being ticketed over here. Over here you'll see some motorcycles are being ticketed for illegal parking. And you'll see there are signs installed here, Mabuhay Lane, no parking, tollway zone. And over here they just stopped this gentleman riding without motorcycle helmet. You'll see that sidewalk over there is being used for motorcycle parking. And if you look behind me, you'll see the sidewalk is being converted into eateries. And sidewalk clearing team is speaking to them now. I'm not sure yet if they're going to do anything. We'll wait and see. They even have electricity in here because there's a refrigerator, there's a TV system, lighting. So I'm not sure where the electricity comes from, because of course Meralco are not going to run electricity to a sidewalk store. Oh, interestingly, there is actually a power meter installed here. So imagine that, someone's actually run power from their home or business to the sidewalk and installed a meter. Absolutely incredible. That's incredible. This is really a sidewalk converted into a business premises. So the team told them that they can rescue their stuff. It's good and bad. It's good because they're not losing out on something they spent money on. It's bad because it's possible they might just reinstall this all tomorrow, and that would make this whole operation a waste of time. There's 2 more trucks being ticketed over here, as well as the motorcycles that were parked in the road for illegal parking. And they just stopped this gentleman in blue, driving without helmet. He does have a license though. And they are actually issuing tickets to some of those motorcycles that were parked on the sidewalk, although some of them did manage to drive away without tickets. Look at this guy driving his motorcycle past all of the enforcers, using a cell phone and a construction helmet instead of a motorcycle helmet. You've got to have big kahunas to do that. And there's another truck parked in the road over here. They've left a ticket on the windscreen. I'm curious if they did illegal parking obstruction or only illegal parking. And there you go, it says 224, so that's illegal parking unattended, 2,000 peso. If they added obstruction, it would have been 3,000 peso. And the ticketing continues over here for the bikes that are on the sidewalk. So you see they already removed the lights and some other items. They're continuing to take it over to the nearby property, and the team are just monitoring, basically self-demolition, self-clearing. So now the owner removed most of their stuff from inside, the team are bringing down the basic wooden structure. Now of course it's such a simple structure, they might rebuild this, but that's down to the barangay to monitor the sidewalk and make sure that doesn't happen. If it does, then it's down to the DILG to sanction that barangay captain. And over here you'll see they're disconnecting these wooden panels, but again the owners are taking those away with them. Considering all of the pots and pans that they continue to remove from here, I can only imagine how many customers they have every day. I think they could most likely afford to rent space in a nearby property, and they wouldn't necessarily need to do the business here on the sidewalk. So it looks like they're taking all that stuff from the sidewalk to this property over here, which looks to be an eatery. So they do have private property where they can do their business, and this is only a 60-second walk from that sidewalk, so I'm sure the workers can easily go here. And over here the team are clearing one more eatery from the sidewalk, but again they're allowing them to take all their furniture and pans and pots and stoves and everything else. What a joke. Try to... So they will chase that one down at least. They pulled her to the side riding without helmet, and then she fled. So they managed to catch up and force that motorcycle to stop. And unfortunately the driver doesn't have a license. That's probably why they ran away. It used to be that if they caught someone driving without license, they would impound their bike, but they haven't had towing for weeks now because the impound lot is allegedly full. So all they can do is write out a ticket to the registration document of the bike and then let her ride away. So you'll see a truck approaching now, and behind me you'll see a sign, "Stop, toll pay here." And this lady here is from the barangay, and she'll be the one to collect money from the driver. So that was 50 peso the truck paid to pass through. According to the lady here, this section here is private, but once you get to the end, it's already a public road. And there you go, another truck, another 50 peso, and they'll issue a receipt, if you can call it a receipt. I was told that neither of those sidewalk eateries have any kind of permit or clearance to operate there, and apparently they were actually cleared before and then they set up again like the next day. And I imagine the same thing's going to happen now because the MMDA didn't confiscate their stuff. So most likely in a couple of days they'll just rebuild this and they'll be back here again. And they just stopped two more motorcycles over here. This one, driver no helmet, the one behind, passenger no helmet. I just saw Cesar's writing out a ticket. Cesar, what's the violation here?
Improper disposal of kitchen waste, which is a violation of RA 9003.
Thank you. So I think that's the first time I've seen that in a video. Very interesting. And over here you'll see two more guys collecting money from vehicles that pass through. Again, they work for the barangay and they told me this is a private road. That's why they're allowed to collect a toll fee. There's a motorcycle rider behind this barangay patrol. They're pulling him over now. Not wearing a helmet, unfortunately. The driver just gave his license now, so they'll issue a ticket, send him on his way. And they just stopped one more rider, same problem, unfortunately no motorcycle helmet. Thankfully he also has a license, so they can issue him a ticket, send him on his way.